and welcome to another episode of You Shouldn't Smoke Cigarettes and Not Eat. I'm your host, Kaylee Karp.
And I'm Mandy Cal. So, episode 5, More Than Friends.
More Than Friends. Very exciting.
I wonder who they're talking about.
I did wonder, so... Well, it was like Jordan and I already hooked up, so...
Yeah.
Watched this a minute ago, but anyway, so my first note is Jordan screams, "Mom and Dad are home!" So he's talking about him and Beth.
I guess. Right? I didn't know that they had formed a parental relationship.
It's like, out of all the things you could scream, "Mom and Dad are home!" Like,
yeah, like we back would be a lot better. Mom and Dad. Of who? You guys are all old.
Yeah. How old is Jordan?
I feel like he's early 30s. 32. You get a 32 vibe from him.
Yeah, he probably started the challenge like really young.
Yeah.
He's been on for a while. I don't know, but Beth is like, what, 48?
Yeah, Beth could be the mom of some of them. So that does make sense for Beth.
Jordan.
Maybe no. Jordan is the stepdad? Who's to say?
That's so funny. I actually really want to know. I'm going to Google it. Everyone's on the edge of their seats right now. Jordan from the challenge. How old are you? 31. Nice guess.
Thank you. He is very early 35.
Wow. He is. He has been on the challenge for a while. So I was going to say like 33. September 15th, 1990. He'll be 32 soon.
Yeah, not to be like, I got that on lockdown. I got that shit on lockdown.
Yeah, good job. I don't know.
See, I can't tell a child from like 5 to like 13, but if you're in your early 30s, I can get it within 6 months.
Yeah, I think it helps when you're like around the same age. Like 20s are hard now for me.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
5? Are you 22? Are you
16? Who's to say? I don't fucking know. They look so young.
Barely legal. I know they look so young. It's freaky. So next I have I don't know, it's so funny. This is talking for some reason.
I don't like anything he has to say.
I know, or his hats. But his rant is really annoying because he's like, there are some people that came here that are grown-ass adults and came here to play a grown-ass game, and then other people are not. And I don't know what else he said. He's just a hypocrite. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like he says that, but then he plays the same game that they do, and it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't, like... And he is like doing like that like weird Wes versus I thing. Like he's the one that's doing all the weird shit. He's the one that like pulled Wes aside to have like a combo with him before he sabotaged him.
Yeah, I think he wanted some screen time.
Yeah. I feel like he was known as being very boring and he was like, let me make an enemy. Okay.
And I'm going to pick the guy that rhymes with my name.
Yeah. It'll be Yes versus Wes.
Dun, dun, dun. Marvel, are you taking notes?
Yeah.
So Beth comes back and she's like, she doesn't know if she ruffled feathers, getting Kendall out of the game. Beth, I don't think you did.
No one really cared. Like Kendall's instantly forgotten about.
Yeah, I forgot about her. I love her, but I forgot about her.
Like I was like the previous episode, I was like, I'm gonna really miss her. And then like this episode, I'm like, who?
Yeah. Who was there? The other blonde?
I know she likes to do yoga.
Yeah. Oh, I was reading this recap and apparently her and Kellyanne started a yoga business together.
That's really funny.
I know. I think it's called like Yoga Bitches or something. But
okay, Kendall.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know where the bitches come from.
I can understand, like, I can see Kellyanne saying that. That just sounds so funny for Kendall. I can't even see Kendall saying that out loud.
Bitches.
Yeah, yoga bitches.
Bitches.
She like whispers it every time.
Yeah, she just whispering it. So next we have Kayla talking about who she doesn't know where she's gonna throw her grenade at. Oh, she said grenade.
Ooh.
Fake mistake. We know what era you're from.
Yeah, this is the sabotage.
You're an all-stars. I know you forgot. It's okay. Yeah, she isn't sure. Wait, I don't even know what my notes are saying. Oh, she's saying that everyone else wants to target the treehouse, but she's like, they gotta win to do that first, which I was like, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Kayla's pretty much just saying like Beth's the easy way, but also like, let's see what it is because Beth is usually easy to beat.
Yeah. Stupid.
Although also low-key though, Ronnie, for being like one of the older players, is adopted this new school very quickly and
I know, it's so weird.
Yep. She's
I
like,
mean, oh god.
I was just like, she's like sitting there like this whole thing, you have to like choose alliances, and then she's sitting there in the best alliance, like no biggie.
Although I was gonna say once, there's no one left, Ronnie's gonna be the first one out, right?
Yeah, she's gonna be like the first one they target.
Yeah, that's fine. Still a good move for her game. Next we have Wes sucking up to the guys, which includes Brad, Derek, and Mark, because he wants to fulfill the Darrell role, and it's, I don't know, it's Wes. It's very Wes of him.
Yeah, Wes is just constantly Wes is just constantly trying to like make new alliances all the time, always. And it's like, bro, if you promise everyone like you're gonna have to break that and you're gonna make enemies very quickly. And like he's gonna crush this season, but it's gonna screw himself over in the next few if he keeps doing all these promises.
I know, because like in the challenge that's been called up before, I can't remember who was doing it, but I don't think it was him. But like they literally made promises with everyone, and then we were like eliminated the next week.
Yeah, because everyone was like, "Hey, you made a promise to all of us here."
Yeah, and Brad is actually, I think, the only one that's catching on. Well, I'm sure everyone actually knows, but Brad's talking about it.
Well, Brad's like, Wes, I thought we were like in cahoots, and like,
and he's like sucking up to everybody else.
Yeah, he's like, okay, our alliances need to get like with every single guy here.
Yeah, every single guy. What guy? The only guy is Jordan and MJ.
Yeah, they're like not including two of them.
Good job. That's gonna work out great.
And Derek has the whole treehouse to have his back too, so it's like good luck. So like Mark's gonna be like, what, your next guy, and you're making him promises this week?
Yeah, that's so true. Like when MJ and Jordan are gone, what is he gonna do? Like clearly, the last two people in his alliance will be Brad and Nehemiah, and everyone knows that. So
he's just going out of his way to make enemies right now. It seems like
just doing a lot of work.
Yeah,
like you don't have to do so much work, man.
Yeah, it's just like go lay by the pool, man.
I do love when Brad says like, I love Wes outside this game, but inside the game, he's a straight up headache.
Yeah, my man is a straight up headache.
Exhausting. Next they have the challenge time. Well,
I did love too when Jordan goes, it doesn't matter if you're new, it doesn't matter if you're old, it doesn't matter if you're Wes.
That's good. I didn't write that down. I just have Jordan telling us that everyone wants him out of the game. Everyone always does. Remember War of the Worlds? Like he went down there so many times.
Well, the thing is like no one can beat him though. So it's like, go ahead. I think that's his thing. It's just like, come at me, bros. Like, what are you gonna do?
I know I don't want to say it, but he is kind of rightfully cocky. He's proved it, so that's fine. And I think it's weird. This is random, but like he has a star. Like we still don't know about the fucking stars.
Yeah,
like in the middle of the season.
Stars do. Who's to say?
I would think. I mean, if you needed one for the final, we would know. So it can't be that big.
Yeah, because if you needed one for the final, it'd like change everyone's maneuvering, and people would be trying to go into eliminations.
Yeah, unless they don't want to do that.
Yeah, they want to make it a surprise. Like, if
So
you
not be a
dare
skull
do it.
situation.
Yeah. Or it'd be like, if you have 3 stars, then you get to choose someone to take with you to the final.
Yeah, or you get like a power up or something helpful for the challenge. I don't know.
You get to sabotage someone.
Yeah, with how many stars you have, you can sabotage that many times.
Yeah.
That would make more sense. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
On the edge of my seat. Okay, so it's challenge time, and TJ has an announcement that he is reducing the authority from 6 to 2 players, and they will have the sole power to throw in which players into the elimination, which makes sense. It's interesting that they like pick such a big number to start it with. There's not that many players, and then now it's like immediately to 2.
Yeah, it was like half the players are safe last time.
Yeah.
And now they're like, and now no one's safe.
Like, I don't want to be first, but I want to be in the authority. Like, you don't have that anymore. Which is good, I think.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So this is called Sidetracked, and they are on a dirt track where there are color-coded stars for each player, and on these stars there are 5 pegs. And scattered throughout the tracks are colors corresponding rings. So when you start, you grab a ring off the player you want out of the game. And then once a star has 5 pegs, that person is out. And then the 2 last all-stars standing will become the authority of the men and women.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty basic.
It was a nice description. Like I was picturing it all in my head as you were saying it.
Thank you. Me too.
Like the challenge with them zooming in to the stars and then like zooming out. So then the sabotage, Kayla, like looks around and is like, oh, I don't know. What am I going to do? Given this game, I'm so sorry, Beth. I have to give it to you. But then she does the fakest, like, I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'm just like,
so weird.
Such bullshit.
I know. She really like brought out the Oscar nomination on that one.
Yeah. And Beth, like, I think believed it though. She goes, Kayla, a sweet girl, but like, I'm the new person. I'm just like, why would you believe that? That was so fake.
She just no, Kayla.
She doesn't know her like us.
Yeah. I was like, why? Like, that's not necessary, Kayla. And kind of disappointed she picked Beth. I mean, I guess her only options are, why did she do Kellyanne?
I think just not to make an enemy, because Kellyanne's more likely to win something later. And like this one, like they could like pretty much control given their numbers.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is why like the old school people need to like, they should have, we can talk about it once we get there, but
I know.
Stupid moves. And then Brad, no surprise, goes for MJ again.
MJ is like, what the fuck?
Also, Beth saying that she could have given birth to Kayla. God.
That was so a lot. So yeah, she's gotta be like 48.
Yeah.
Kayla's like 30. So like Brad going after MJ so hard, they didn't really have a relationship last season, right?
Yeah, but I still think they're like kind of friends.
Yeah, or just cool with each other. Like it's just weird. I think it's definitely kept getting catching MJ off guard.
Yeah, because I think MJ and Janae were in an alliance with Jody and Brad, and then Darrell.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there and why because it's like if Brad and Jody didn't screw up, like that alliance would have helped him like get to the end, but it's just like you guys screwed up at the end. That's kind of on you, Brad.
Yeah, 100%. It's probably because of Wes.
Yeah.
He was surprised there. Yeah, so MJ's worried about going into elimination again. And next we have some shit that makes it pretty boring. But Derek, Wes, Mark, Brad, and Nehemiah come up with a plan to create a coop against MJ and Jordan. And they're going to let Mark be the last man standing. So obviously this is the best move for Wes. So Wes probably orchestrated all this. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, did you see randomly that Yes was just like standing there listening to them for a while?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was like, what the fuck is he doing there?
And does anybody care? Nope.
Yeah, nobody even acknowledged him. He was just like standing there, like, I'm gonna listen in, like he's doing something sly, and they're like, we don't give a fuck.
That's so awkward.
It's
It's great though. But Brad doesn't like it, so go Brad.
Yeah, I don't know. What was so MJ was like, Brad's been saying that he's being logical, not emotional, but this seems very emotional. And then immediately there was a very emotional Brad confessional being like, I just don't understand why we're letting other people win.
I know. And Brad wants to do his own thing. And apparently it wasn't ran by him. That's what he says.
Well, it's like you were standing right there. If you had an objection, why didn't you speak up?
Yeah, or were they like, they weren't like, Brad, are you okay with this?
Yeah, like Brad, since you're standing here while we're making all decisions, have you said what you need to say right now as an adult in an adult conversation in a group?
So Brad's gonna do his own thing, and then I have this random note that Jordan says he's a fuckboy. So I thought that was interesting. I don't remember him saying.
I mean, at least he knows, you know.
At least he knows. Okay. So obviously they start, and Yes is going after Wes. No way. And Jordan realizes the plan and goes after Brad. And I have that MJ is out first, and then Mark is going for Jordan. Is working efficiently for himself, but still following the plan.
Yeah. Well, also, like before Yes gets out, Veronica has this little confessional where like being like, everyone is just so threatened by Yes. And I was just like, nobody is threatened by Yes. Nobody's threatened by it. Like, no one cares.
What producer made you say that?
Yeah. Like, congratulations. You're the only person that knows him here.
Yeah, that's so okay, so yeah, Jordan is out next, then Yes, then Wes, then Derek, then Nehemiah, and now it's between Mark and Brad, and basically Mark wins thanks to the deal, but I think Brad was trying to like win.
Yeah, I think he had to go take off for the last one. But also, like, Mark just walking that entire, like, really did rub me the wrong way, too.
Yeah,
like, it's just like, ugh, come on, dude. Like, at least jog. Pretend jog.
Yeah, it's very entitled. Like,
Yeah, he didn't look tired at all, either. It wasn't like he was actually gassing out.
He's like, I'm going to save my energy. Cool,
Yeah,
bro.
sometimes it feels good to be king. Like, shut up.
He's so weird. I don't remember him being so weird in the first season.
That's a midlife crisis, bro.
Yeah, when you have a little pillow that looks like you and you talk to it for cameras. Where do you go from there?
Who's to say? Who's to say?
Who's to say? Another season of the challenge. Okay, so it's women time.
Yeah.
And I have that Beth got a ring right away. And obviously the treehouse is getting all the girls out of their alliance first. So even John A is going after Beth, and then Beth is taking that personal for some reason.
Yeah, I guess Beth is also doing a stare down at Sylvia, and Sylvia goes, I am only scared of one person, and she's 5'1", and her name is Yvonne. And that's her mama. But also, Jasmine did a much better rendition of that last season, just FYI, Sylvia, because you can't do anything better than Jasmine.
She talked about that on the podcast too, that Beth was just staring her down, and like Anissa was like, was she trying to analyze you or like figure you out? And so it was like, no, she's just staring me down. Like,
well, and it's like Kayla's the one that gave you the sabotage. Why are you staring at Sylvia?
Yeah, and why are you so mad at John A and calling her a cheater and stuff? It's so weird. Are we missing parts of this?
I don't know. I just think Beth is wild.
Yeah, I know. I always like want to like her and root for her, and then she's always crazy.
Yeah, she always does something that's like, that's just too far, dude.
Yeah, exactly. It's too much. Um, okay, so I
Beth
have
is out first.
yep. And then Kellyanne,
Yep. Then
then
Naya.
Naya, John A, then Kayla, then Ronnie. And Sylvia wins again. She's won so many times. Why is she winning?
I
Wow.
mean, treehouse. Also, Ronnie's a badass. When she was like, "When you
I
come for me,
know.
I'm gonna come for you," and then she like knocks out John Days. I'm just like, she really did like
Yeah.
those slow-mo scenes got me pumped up. I was like, "Get him, Ronnie."
I know. Ronnie's a badass. It was so great. But side fact I learned from the challenge podcast that they asked Sylvia to be a backup for this season. So she wasn't even supposed to be on.
Oh, who was off?
I don't know. They didn't say that part, which sucks. Because like she said yes because she thought she'd be going to Panama and like just chilling and drinking, you know?
Yeah.
And then she had to do it. And Nisa was like, "This is all stars. Everyone gets hurt."
Sylvia's like, I thought I was just going for a vacation for a while. You know, I have a 13-year-old stepson that I wanted to get away from.
For a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then she ends up doing it. I know. I wish I knew who was there. But it makes more sense now.
Well, she was supposed to be just chilling in Panama with Beth, getting drinks, and then they both got called up.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder how many people they do that. Like, save. Like, who else was there?
I feel like they have 2 of each gender, usually.
Yeah, that sounds right. Because they did that with the actual challenge when Ed came on.
Mm-hmm. He just smiled all the time.
He is coked out.
It's just like, I will smile always.
I'm so positive.
That's my smile.
Hate him. No, he's fine. Just not not into the positivity. So yeah, so TJ congrats Mark and Sylvia. They are the authority and they are giving out sabotages on the next challenge. And so I think it changes now because the authority picks 2 players and then those 2 players pick their opponents at an elimination, which I love because that shakes up the game a ton and kills alliances.
Yep. Because the alliances were getting too strong. It was about to be like last season where it was just like, okay, we get it.
Oh my gosh, it just keeps happening. Like, can we call them out and then I don't know, they get a penalty or something? Like, I want to see an individual game. I guess that's kind of boring too. I don't know.
I want to see something messy, like enemies have to be partners.
Yeah, X's. We need X's again.
Oh. Can they get away with doing X's nowadays?
If they're politically correct, brokenly up. Nothing.
It's just like usually during X's, there's some very emotionally abusive things that go on.
So true.
It's really bad. The way Zach treated John A, the way Bananas treats whoever his ex is.
Well, that's the thing.
Bad.
Okay, so Bananas is gonna be on this next season of the challenge, like for sure, right? And he's gonna be fucking single. That's terrifying. He has not been single on the challenge in forever.
Yeah, he never gets caught doing stuff though. He's very careful.
Well, now he doesn't have to be careful though. Like he was careful before. Like remember he always hooks up with rookies.
Yeah, Morgan.
Angela.
Oh,
Angelina.
yeah, Angela.
I don't know her name.
One of the A's.
Nelson's ex.
Yeah. Although I'm pretty sure he did make out with Ashley. Who hasn't made out with Ashley at this point?
Oh yeah, no. She's
good for her.
But yeah, for sure. Yeah, pro sex. Pro have sex with everyone. Empowerment, yes. Sex positive. There we go.
Sex for everyone.
Hashtag sex for everyone.
As long as it's consensual.
Yes, as long as it's
and with an adult.
Yes, and adults. Okay. Anything else?
And adults.
And wear protection.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you? But also probably wear protection.
There is monkeypox going around, people. Okay, I don't know where we are. I'm dying.
I think we just said that the person
I
has to
explained
pick.
that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, obviously Beth thinks Sylvia's gonna throw her in. Kayla congrats Sylvia, and then Kayla's like, I'm vulnerable because like they could say my name because you're gonna say someone that's not in our alliance.
Mm-hmm. So they're pretty much like thinking like if they win, they're probably someone else from their alliance is going in, and now they're gonna probably have to play a more individual game instead of trying to help each other win.
Yeah, which
also, why is Derek just there?
I don't know, because it's his room.
Yeah, he's just standing there like nodding. Like, yeah, that's good ideas. It's like, Derek, they're not listening to you.
Maybe he said something and it got cut out.
He's just literally always just standing there. But I feel like at the beginning of the scene he wasn't, then all of a sudden there's just Derek. And I was just like, where the fuck did Derek come from? So he just on the bunk bed? He just hopped off?
Yeah, he just hopped off. He had to get his shit. He had to like change or something. I don't know. Does he change in there? Like, that's weird.
Yeah, does he leave when they're like, hey, we gotta change, Derek? He's like, okay, bye. Or does he like just go under the covers or something?
Yeah, don't look, Derek.
Yeah.
I wonder what his fiance thinks about that. Oh, so funny.
Also, there's plenty of other room in different rooms now. Like, where you're just staying there.
It's like he wants to give up that alliance. He could be in a sweet spot right now. He has the guys and the treehouse. I don't know why, but he does. That's okay.
Derek randomly playing a good political game.
He does
because he like accidentally walked into the wrong room.
Like, how do you not see all these girls? Like, was he in the first one and then girls kept going in?
Yeah, and he just like didn't want to be rude and leave.
Yeah, probably didn't want to move his stuff again.
Yeah, like the first one was probably Jemmy, and he's like, "Oh, cool, I'd love to room with Jemmy," and then it was just like another girl, and he was like, "Oh, I was like,
so funny." Okay. All right, so they're going out tonight. They're going out tonight. But no one is dancing.
No, it's literally everyone's just sitting there. And well, I think Yes is doing the voiceover talking about how everyone's just like playing, like doing political games, and then they do a bunch of shots. But in those shots, no one's talking. It's just everyone's sitting. Like there's no shots of people talking until later on.
That's so true. What were they doing?
I don't know. Everyone just like sit and stare at each other for a second. We're gonna wait till the camera. You know what they were doing? They're probably waiting till like the individual cameras came up, so then they could have their talks.
Yeah, because it'd probably look weird if a huge pan of everyone having their own talks. Which would be great, actually. I would have loved to see that.
Yeah. It's just like different castmates. They're like, okay, you two now talk.
We're gonna pan.
Yeah.
Then you can go off. But like right there is such a big sign that All Stars has changed, because those motherfuckers always partied every week. No matter what, we saw dancing and then game talk and then dancing or whatever. But this time, no dancing.
Just game talk. Honestly, the effect of Wes.
It's so true. They must have known that. They knew.
Yeah, they're like, what? Well, because Wes is a little mini producer and he's gonna create drama. Like, Wes is what Beth thinks she is. Beth thinks she's like creating fun drama, but is just like taking things too far and is just like making things feel terrible. Yeah, and Wes actually like creates drama.
Yeah, like, fuck, I can't think of the word. Morally okay drama.
Yeah. Morally in the okay.
Not like personal, go after your family, ruin your whole life drama. Shit off the show drama.
Stuff that we told our producer to cut out of our episode.
Yeah, I was wondering if we talked about it or not, because I was like, I think we did, but I don't know if it made it.
Yeah, because we did talk about it, but I was like, Kelly, I don't want to go there. Just cut it out.
Yeah, because we have morals.
Yeah.
Beth, are you listening?
Yeah, like you can have suspicions and then not say them publicly.
It's so true. It's so awkward. Okay, so MJ is telling Mark that if he goes in, it's gonna be Brad. Duh. And then, which I don't know if MJ can beat Brad.
Me either, but like,
Depends.
so
I guess.
one, it's like really smart to say because it's gonna get Brad all scared to go in.
Yep.
And I feel like if it was a puzzle type situation, all day MJ.
Yeah.
But also, what MJ said was like kind of true too, where he was like, I can't go further in this game with Brad targeting me this much. So let's duke it out. Because like really, Brad has been winning. And it's like, might as well figure out if you're going to continue in this game because either way, you know, that's going to give you your answer.
Yeah. And Brad would have won if they didn't do that deal.
Yep.
Awkward. So now Beth meets with the winners and
Sylvia gets right down to business and goes, so who would you choose?
Yeah, because they don't want to hang out.
Yeah. Like no small talk, please. You're like my mother's age.
Yeah, exactly. So she would want Kayla or Janae, and they're like, why? And she's like, she doesn't trust Janae because she's cheating on her husband with MJ. What the fuck?
And the thing is Janae really, so usually they like kind of cut it weird or whatever, but Janae really was within earshot and heard this like go down and then gets up, walks over, sits next to Beth and goes, so what are we talking about?
I heard my name.
Yeah. And then Beth keeps mispronouncing Janae's name and Janae goes, it's Janae.
I loved that.
And then she goes, if you want me to see me in elimination, I'd love to take your stars.
Yeah, that was amazing.
But like Beth, you can't like fucking call out people's marriages like that. Like,
nope.
Even if it is fucking true, it's just keep your mouth shut. It's not your business.
Yeah, and like you've been here for 2 seconds. Like no one has said anything like that, and they've seen him for 2 seasons.
Yeah, it's like one thing to do, like in your one thing to do, like people in their 20s and they're, you know, been dating for a few months. This is a marriage with multiple kids, and also MJ has kids. Like I think there's 4 kids involved. You can't fucking do shit like that.
No, and she should fucking know that. Like
she's the oldest one there.
She's so old.
She's so old.
Sorry, I'm pro being old, but
yeah, not ages here, but she's fucking old.
She's fucking old, too old to be doing that. It doesn't make any sense. Like, also, if she's been like this her whole life and she just made her reality TV comeback, right, with All Stars 1, what the fuck has she been doing? I don't know her life. I know she went on the Real World, like.
But everyone's right about Beth. Beth comes in and just like fucks up shit, like, and not in a fun way. And no, like even in her voiceover where she goes, it's a game, guys, I'm just playing a game. And it's like, no, like that's not a game.
Yeah, because I think the producers gave her shit, and that's why she's like, meh, it's fine. And it's like, no, why don't you say she like farted in her sleep or something? I don't know. Like, just.
Yeah, or go after someone in the treehouse who's after you. Why are you going after a potential alliance member, you weirdo?
That's what's killing me, because this could be a great alliance of Janae, Naya, fuck, who else is there?
Kellyanne.
Okay, dying, but
MJ and Janae both deny and say they are just good friends, that they became very close after last season, after being partners and blah, blah, blah.
It was so awkward. They looked in the camera and they're like, I am not having an affair. I am not having an affair. That was painful. Okay, so to have that, Brad is mad about following his plan of getting Mark in because now his game is in jeopardy, which is true.
Yep, and he's like, Brad needs this money for his family because at the beginning of COVID, he lost his job. Then he goes, it's time to wake Wes up. No, literally wake Wes up, because Wes was asleep and Brad said, Wes, wake up. We need to talk.
So asleep.
Like he was passed the fuck out.
So obviously they made this deal before knowing that the people who are called into elimination call their opponent down. So that really fucks Brad's game up.
Yep.
It's kind of funny.
So then after they wake Wes up, they go to a separate room that is Mark, Brad, and Wes.
Yep.
And Brad's essentially saying, I feel like I would have won yesterday. I don't know who made this plan, but it's fucking up my game, and now I have a potential to go into elimination.
Yeah, because MJ is gonna say his name, and then I love when Wes says that MJ could say Wes's name. It's like, why?
I do think MJ would go down there and see what it was and then choose his best opponent.
That's
and if it was something that was like heavy running, he would not pick Brad.
Right. So I thought Wes was gonna be shady and be like, MJ could say my name, like, don't worry about it, you're fine, bro, like, manipulate the fuck out of him. But he backs off and says he'll throw himself in because they're so close.
Which low-key is actually a very genuinely kind thing to do, because Brad actually needs this money, and I think Wes is set outside of the challenge, and he's saying like, don't risk this time, like I'll do it this time, which is like a very good friend move.
Yeah, because what, Brad stood in his wedding, or
I think Wes stood in Brad's wedding.
Well, that's awkward because Brad's not even with.
I know.
That's what I thought too, but I was like, no. But anyway, they're like so close, so extremely close. Wes isn't gonna fuck it up, so that's really nice and surprising. I didn't know they were that close, but I guess I haven't really seen them do a season together in so long.
Yeah, I didn't know all these guys were this close. Like they're like, they have like a legit friend group after this, and they're like, yeah, Nehemiah is also like, was the person that he like, what's the person that like says the words at the wedding?
Oh, officiate.
Yeah, he like officiated Wes's wedding.
Words are hard.
Yeah, just like, what's that one word?
Yeah, it's like, how does that word end?
You know, I feel like the teamwork got us there, so we were good.
That's why we talk about the challenge.
Not weddings.
Not weddings. We don't lead weddings.
No.
So the authority finally talks, and they want to pick the names with the least amount of blood. So John A, we see like that she tells Sylvia to put her in so she can pick her opponent. I wonder who that will be. And then Mark goes for Wes because he's throwing himself in. Easy. That's actually a very easy decision.
Yeah, 2 people volunteer and they get to keep their hands clean.
Yep, 100%, because you know Sylvia's anxious about that.
Yes. Sylvia's anxious about everything that's going on.
Yep. So we get another slow motion or whatever it was of Wes working out
on the treadmill. Always that treadmill.
I know, he must lift.
Does he do other exercises, or does he just do treadmill?
He looks like he does other exercises.
He says, no, I only do treadmill.
I got
my arms come from the pumping.
Yeah. Oh, so stupid. So obviously he's working out, telling us that this is a very important elimination. No shit. But he can pick whoever he wants to go against himself. And I mean, who do you think he's gonna pick? Like, it's very obvious. Oh, it's kind of boring. Did I tell you about that? Like, we know, Wes, we know. So now we are down for elimination. I love the dramatic music walk up.
Sure.
Really good this season. So John A picks her opponent first, and no shocker, it's Beth.
Says that she'll do the house a favor by sending her home.
Yes, she will, and she wants her stars.
Those two.
And I love that. Like, obviously, she hasn't been in an elimination since Battle of the X's, which they lost because it was Zach.
Fucking Zach, bro.
Fuck Zach.
And then Wes says, I will be choosing the worst judge of character in the entire house. Yes. So funny though.
Oh, I know. Well, didn't he start out with like fairness and integrity and the best I can? Or is that what Yes says?
That's what Yes says. Yes says like TJ asks for like Yes's like words or whatever that he's, and Yes goes something about fairness and equality, and I'm gonna nurture that flame that is those things or some bullshit like that. And then TJ goes, so how do you really feel? And then Wes started laughing at him because he goes, even TJ knows you're full of shit.
Yeah, that's a really boring answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so the elimination is called knockoff. So players are on opposite side of a giant wall that is up in the air, 30 feet, and there are these pegs, like big circles, and then it's a peg. I don't know. It looks really weird.
Like, yeah, like little mats attached to fucking poles.
Yeah, in a circle shape.
Yep.
And you have to knock it off with them, and you're kind of like on a ledge. You don't have a lot of space. But I gotta say, this looked fucking stupid.
Yeah, this one looked ridiculous.
And I was really mad because I got a rare appearance of my roommate Shelby watching it. I'm very excited. And it's this elimination, and she was just laughing at it.
Well, also, Yes made that very laughable. So did okay.
So
well,
true.
Okay, we will talk about this.
I just like think of the one that Tori and Jenny did like a while ago, and that was badass. Those were like bricks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was sweet. Like now we're getting these like pegs that you look like you like jump on in a children's playhouse.
Yeah, ridiculous, and not like fun to watch.
No, and they needed something more. Like it needed to be slippery or something because
yeah,
it wasn't even enough to knock them off.
No, it wasn't super entertaining. But up first was like Johnny and Beth.
Yep.
And Johnny was ready to knock that bitch off the platform. I love that Johnny now hates Beth and is just like, I'm gonna fucking send her home.
I'm going to bury her.
So they lift him up, and literally Johnny just starts dominating from the start. And
yep.
You know, there are people like helping out Johnny, telling her to go left, right, whatever. But also, I don't feel like that's why she was winning.
No, it was not. Beth sucks.
Yeah. Beth was really terrible. And then once MJ like was helping Johnny a little bit too much and she got hit in the face and was embarrassed that Kayla laughed at her, she then says that she has to stop because it's just not fair.
It's cheating. Well, I'm sure people have said it, but like I've never heard someone say cheating so much about like someone helping. Like this is what they do on the challenge. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's literally it. And it's like you can't even, you know where the person's body is. You're literally hitting it. Him saying left and right is not super helpful.
No. And Beth is so scared of heights, so she just had to stop. That's what it was.
Yeah. And then people were upset, like after Beth quits, people were like, she took away someone's spot that could have wanted to be here. And MJ was like, she did exactly what she came to do. She talked shit and now she's leaving.
Yeah, so true. Next are the guys. It's Yes and Wes.
Wes and Yes.
Dun, 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 dun. It's like Captain America versus Iron Man.
And all it like Wes is just so annoying.
Yeah, it's weird that I feel like the tables were turned. Like you would think that Wes would be talking shit and not Yes. Yes was going crazy and Wes wasn't, and they switched roles for this, and it was just all weird.
Well, and you can just tell, like, I feel like you can tell that Wes is in a lot better shape than Yes is. Like, Yes is built for like a marathon type run, where Wes is built for like kind of this type of situation where you're using your arms or using your entire body.
Yeah, and Wes just played it right. Like he wasn't wasting energy. He was like meticulous about pushing the pegs in, and Yes is just like
using his entire body. There was one point I think where he started screaming, hump the wall. And I was like, okay. So weird. I thought you were the
fuck.
Yeah, he was like, I was like, he's the fucking one that's like, we're being an adult in an adult game, and I'm just like, okay, but you sound like a toddler. And then I love the part where Wes is like, every time Yes is trying to do like trash talk that isn't at all intimidating, I go, oh, yep, there's your face, and punch. And then there's like a bunch of times Yes gets hit in the face, which it's so stupid to talk during that because you're telling them exactly where you are. Like, it's just like really dumb to make any type of noise.
I know. Why wouldn't you be quiet as possible and catch him off guard?
I don't
I
know.
don't know if he's like taking notes from Jordan last week or I just think he like hated West so much, or he was like trying to play up this rivalry. I can't talk that word.
I just think he was like boring. He did like the Fessy thing where people were like, you're so boring, you don't have any like, you know, blah blah blah. And then he tried to like create a thing with Wes, and Wes was like, okay, whatever. And then he saw how like people were like, oh, Jordan, you're so cool about that. So then he tried to do what Jordan does. It's like, what Yes is just trying to be like different versions of everyone else instead of just being himself.
Yeah.
But I did like start laughing when Nehemiah started like saying juicy fruit as instructions to Wes. I was like, does that mean left or right? He just kept saying juicy fruit, juicy fruit.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I have that in my notes too. I love that. Yeah, so yeah, I just had that finally Wes is just going after him over and over again. And he hits Yes in the middle and knocks him off, and it is pretty badass, like he got hit with a bullet in his belly.
Yep.
And knocks that fucker off, and it's time for Yes to go home.
Deuces. Also, the way that Brad was staring at Wes after Wes won that elimination was really fucking funny. Like, he was just like pure love staring at Wes. I was like thinking, do you look at your sons that way?
Nope.
Like, he legit looks like he's about to cry while he's staring at Wes. And he's just like arms crossed, straight Brad faced.
But so the whites were probably not showing.
There's a little bit of whites in there. I don't think you can have a Brad face with no whites in those eyes.
Oh my god. But yeah, he was very proud, not surprised. And then I have that Yes gives a positive speech, and it's weird. I don't remember what he said.
I said, I hate Yes. That's probably during that speech.
Did you hate what TJ said?
Oh, that it was his favorite human being. I was like, okay.
Ever be on the challenge.
I mean, he must see something we don't, because why? I
think Yes was like really annoying this season, and I'm hoping that's not who he actually is.
No, he was trying to be like everyone else. It was just be yourself, Yes.
Be your boring ass self. You like could have won if you just shut up.
Yeah, but he was like, no, I'm gonna create. I just don't like the way that Wes plays the game. I'm just okay. You mean okay? Then play it differently.
This is not like All Stars 1. Where somehow I came out of nowhere and won, and no one remembered that I won. Well, that's the end of episode 5. Woo!
Yeah. And we are halfway to the final.
Halfway to the final. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. I'm going on vacation. We'll do a twofer. Yeah, there'll be riveting episodes.
Very riveting.
So see you then, guys.
Bye.
Bye.